Welcome everyone. Last Monday I made a post on LinkedIn about how introverts at work, when they feel safe, become more extroverted, and how extroverts, when they feel more safe, they seem to become more introverted. And then one person said that she was a ambivert, which means that they're both, and that in certain situations she acts differently. She might be introverted or extroverted. And this started to make me think about how I actually believe that introvertness and extrovertness is more of a trauma response or trigger triggered by stressful situations than anything else. But that's not what I want to talk about. What that made me think of was a lot of us nowadays know about triggers and trauma responses and how stress works. And that means that a lot of us understand the terms fight or flight. When our nervous systems feel fear, they turn on. You get into a state of fight, flight, freeze, or fawn. And that started to make me think, but what happens to the body, what happens to the nervous system when we actually feel safe? What is the fight, flight, freeze, fawn response but the opposite? And I started to play with this. I've actually never seen anybody write about this or talk about this. But if we can put ourselves on purpose in a situation where we perceive fear and the fight or flight response is triggered, then we should also be able to put ourselves in a situation where the opposite is triggered. And while I was playing with it, I got some ideas. I actually have notes. So I started to wonder that when we feel safe, that instead of fight, we actually play. That the opposite of fight would be play. That the opposite of flight would be presence. And that the opposite of freeze would be action. And the opposite of fawning would be self-love. And I think this has to do with that our trauma responses seem to happen a lot at work when we don't get to be ourselves. We perceive fear because we cannot be ourselves. So what if by being more our authentic self, we actually put ourselves in this opposite nervous system? And I believe that one of the biggest tools to do this is by starting to answer the question, what do you want? And I noticed that when most people are asked this question, they either say, I don't know, or they say, it cannot happen, it's not possible. And I don't think it's about achieving what you want, it's about pursuing that what you want. Now this is obviously extremely hard and stressful in itself, but I do believe that way the play, presence, action, and self-love starts to become possible and then create safety. So you would kind of get a loop. Safety creates play, presence, action, and self-love, and that creates safety. In a way, you can persuade yourself and your body and your environment that way to create an upward spiral. The main thing to do when asking yourself the question, what do you want? And this is very hard, is to try and answer the question. Now, you don't have to come up with the answer straight away. This can be a journey of week, month, year. But make this a subject for yourself over a longer period of time. What do I actually want? What do I want for dinner? What do I want in love? What do I want in work? And it's not about that anybody per se deserves to get what they want or should get what they want. It's simply about giving your brain, yourself, your nervous system permission to, for once, starting to think about that. I'm planning on making a video a week for you guys to give my own insights that have helped me a lot in life and also in career. And let's see if we can create better leaders for tomorrow.